First off this evening right here on Hala, Kuwait, recently the Embassy of India celebrated International Day of Yoga, and that is today. The International Day is Monday, June 21st. Let's take a look at this event which was held recently. Stay tuned.
On behalf of Embassy of India, Kuwait, I welcome you all to today's celebration of the 7th International Day of Yoga.
Congratulations to all on the occasion of the 7th International Day of Yoga. There is no better remedy than yoga to deal with this aspect of the pandemic. That is where our yoga comes to picture, and quite prominently so.
Embassy of India, Kuwait, and the Indian Cultural Network. I'm very happy that the Indian diaspora and Friends of India in Kuwait are participating in today's program in large numbers.
We thank you for your kind invitation and appreciate your interest and delegation celebration on the International Day of Yoga.
I'm sure this bulletin which India has to offer post-COVID. Please open it.
Yoga is a boon. Yoga is the gift to humanity. It can help us to sail over these tough times.
ആയുർവേദത്തെ പോലെ യോഗയും പുരാതന ഭാരതത്തിലെ ഋഷിമാരിൽ നിന്നും ലോകത്തിന് ലഭിച്ച അമൂല്യമായ വരദാനമാണ്.
I really believe in the Indian yoga.
So just as when we practice physical postures, they give us flexibility.
Raise both palms facing each other. Rotate towards the right side. Exhale.
These are the photographs of those families who have been practicing since last 1 month regularly at homes. Once again, thank you everyone. Jai Hind.
Well, we're back right here in the studio with our first guest. We have with us His Excellency Mr. C.B. George, the Ambassador of India to the State of Kuwait. Your Excellency, welcome to our program, Hala, Kuwait.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to have you with us this evening right here on the program.
Thank you.
Mr. Ambassador, we've been seeing in the news of late recently that a lot of medical supply shipments containing various medical supplies have been flowing from Kuwait to India and so forth. So can you elaborate a little bit more on that to start our interview this evening, sir?
Thank you. When the COVID situation started last year in 2020, February, March, then for almost a year, India was a success story in handling COVID situation. The first wave we handled very well. Sometime in the end of April, when the second wave came, it hit us very badly. The requirement of oxygen went up by 10 times. We normally need around 700 metric tons of oxygen on an average, because being a big country and big population. But due to the second wave, the demand went up to 9,000 metric tons. There was a huge requirement. And that is the time our friendly countries came forward and offered support. I am very happy that Kuwait was at the forefront of offering support. particularly in supply of oxygen. I was very happy to know that Kuwait has a lot of oxygen. So immediately we worked at the government to government level. I am so thankful to His Highness the Amir and His Highness the Crown Prince, His Highness the Prime Minister, and His Excellency the Foreign Minister, His Excellency the Commerce Minister, the entire leadership of Kuwait for the wholehearted support it extended at that critical moment when India needed help. And it continued for almost a year, almost a month, not year, and recently we have the situation in India has improved now.
That's great to hear,
yes.
Mr. Ambassador.
And we have now told that we need not continue with the supply of oxygen. So situation has improved and India is getting back to normal. Yes, situation was bad, but we have been able to address it and face the situation quite successfully.
I know
at this
everyone
stage.
worked together. I know many also
right.
Indian naval vessels were here to help transport things also. Can you tell us a little bit about that also, sir?
Yes. One of the major challenges at that point of time was to have the logistics.
Yes.
How do we send it across
Sure.
to India? And then there was a telephonic conversation between His Excellency the Foreign Minister of Kuwait and His Excellency the External Affairs Minister of India, and then we worked with between the two governments and established what we call a sea-air bridge.
Okay.
That means tanks filled with oxygen will go by sea to India, and the empty tanks will be brought by air, by Indian Air Force aircraft.
Okay.
So in this process, 6 Indian naval vessels came to Kuwait.
Amazing.
And then the aircraft brought the empty tankers here, and this process
So it was a
continued.
system that kept going.
We were able to put in place a very good working system which involved many parties, the port authorities, the public authority of industry, the civil aviation. It was I would say, whole government, whole people approach on both sides. In India, again, Air Force, Navy, Ministry of External Affairs, the port authority. So it was we proved that in case if there is a need, we are there to work together.
Excellent.
And help each other.
Also, the Kuwait Red Crescent Society, I believe, dispatched also some much needed supplies also to India. Maybe you could elaborate on that?
That is right. The first supply from Kuwait came from the Kuwait Red Crescent, arranged by the government of Kuwait, and it went by aircraft from here to India. So then it continued for a month. So I'm grateful to the entire leadership for the support. And as I said, it is not only the government to government, also the community came forward. Kuwaiti Friends of India came forward, and then Indian community in Kuwait came forward. So it was a whole government, whole people, whole country approach between the two sides. You remember when there was the initial phase,
yes.
in India was doing very well. We were actually supplying medicines. India supplied COVID-related medicines to 93 countries that point of time, and other medicines to 150 countries. So this process continued. So when there was a requirement outside, including in our friendly state of Kuwait, India came forward and supported. Similarly, when India had a problem, immediately our friendly state of Kuwait came forward and supported. This is reflective of our traditional, age-old relationship, which is very vibrant, and I call it a long-standing dynamic partnership.
Well, that leads me to my next question, Mr. Ambassador. Kuwait and India have a long, outstanding friendship on many different fronts. I mean, we could spend this program and the program for the next foreseeable future talking about that. Could you tell us a little bit about that great friendship between the two countries, sir?
You are absolutely right. This is a friendship which involves many stakeholders.
Yes.
Of course, government to government, people to people, officials, business, you name it, cultural exchange, everything is involved in this relationship. And I'm very happy that when Kuwait is celebrating its 60th anniversary of independence, India and Kuwait are celebrating the establishment of 60th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relationship. I was very happy to bring to you the logo.
Well, we thank you very much for this kind plaque that you brought for us, sir.
And you would recall that during the visit of my External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, recently, both the foreign ministers have jointly launched the year-long celebration. So we are going to have of course we will follow the COVID protocol completely, but we are going to work together to celebrate this important milestone in our relationship.
Well, Mr. Ambassador, you and your staff, you organize a lot of different community outreach events. You have different events, like you said, following the different COVID protocols that must be in place. We saw earlier, we took a look at the yoga event, very successful. But you also had an event marking World Blood Donor Day. We're going to be talking about that shortly, but we have a report that our team prepared. So let's go take a look at this report, the Embassy of India celebrating World Blood Donor Day. Stay tuned.
Today, the world is celebrating World Blood Donor Day, and it is a very important day for the Indian community in Kuwait. The Indian community in Kuwait is one of the largest, perhaps the largest, blood donor community in Kuwait. I came to Kuwait in August last year. Then I have noticed that a lot of Indians are voluntarily participating in various blood donation campaigns to donate blood. It has become passion for many people to come forward and voluntarily donate blood. So I realized the importance of it. I thought it is important for the embassy to get involved and organize an event to honor these blood donor heroes. India's blood donor heroes. They are our unsung heroes. They silently contribute to the healthcare system of the country. When all kinds of blood, including some of the very rare blood groups, I am told, what is called a Mumbai group, even that blood is available in Kuwait thanks to the Indian community in Kuwait.
World Blood Donors Day is celebrated on 14th of June to mark the birthday of Karl Landsteiner. Karl Landsteiner, the scientist Nobel Award winner, was the one who classified blood into various blood groups. You know, among all the humanitarian acts, donating blood is the noblest. By donating blood, you save life. It's an act of love. As a doctor, I can tell you, it is very safe for anyone between 18 to 60 years of age, if he or she is in good health, to donate blood. And one can donate blood repeatedly donate blood as early as within 3 months. For those with rare blood groups, they should donate blood every 3 months, so that stock is there of those rare blood groups.
Myself Moiz Ali from India, and I'm from Dawoodi Bohra Jamaat, and I'm really grateful today to be here, to be honored and to get a recognition after 20 years. And almost we are doing this noble job. I will say job, it's a part of my job, and we are doing this from last 20 years, and we are around 350 members, active members. Throughout the year we are getting the calls and we are responding it, and today I am here. And fortunately I have given 28 times blood donation, 17 times platelets and plasma, and 11 times blood donation. And I am grateful to the Embassy of India and Kuwait. This we are getting it. This is the part of our, we can say this is in our blood.
Well, if you're just tuning in, you're watching Hala Kuwait right here on KTV2, the family channel. And our guest that we have with us right now, our first guest we have His Excellency Mr. C.B. George, Ambassador of India to the state of Kuwait. Your Excellency, we were just taking a look at that report of that beautiful event, very well organized. It seemed like things went very smoothly. Tell us a little bit your impressions on that event and that activity, sir.
This is the World Blood Donor Day celebrations which we organized at the embassy. In fact, since my arrival to Kuwait in August last year, I was noticing that the Indian community in Kuwait, particularly the youth, is in the forefront of donating blood. And they organize various donation campaigns involving the Indian Doctors Forum, the Kuwaiti authorities, and a series of events are organized regularly to donate blood, which is a very, very important thing. So I thought it is important that we appreciate that service, because that shows the growing blood relations between the two countries.
Sure.
So we organized this event, we reached out to people, and I'm very happy that we found that people who are donating blood for several years continuously. There were people who were donating blood more than 25 times. So we put them together, brought them together, and organized a big event which was covered by all, and I'm very happy that Kuwaiti authorities participated in it. They appreciated the service given by the Indian community, and this is something which I would like to take forward, because this shows the real cooperation between the Indian community and our friends in Kuwait.
Well, it was a successful event, and you also recently had another event that we took a look at before we started our interview, the yoga event. Today, Monday, June 21st, is International, I believe, Yoga Day. So tell us a little bit about that event and how that went, and a little more details, please, sir.
It was in 2014, the United Nations adopted a resolution declaring 21st June as the International Day of Yoga. And since then, we have been celebrating this all over the world, including in the friendly state of Kuwait. This year, of course, within the constraints of COVID protocol, we organized quite a good event, I would say, with the participation of several hundreds, actually thousands of people. How did we do it? In small group, wherever their workplace, wherever they're in home, they stayed at home, but they practiced it. And they participated in it. And due to the digital facilities available, we could do it. So in Kuwait, we organized it very well. I'm very happy that my minister of the Ministry of Ayush in the government of India, senior minister, he has participated in it and give us the blessings. A lot of prominent yoga performing, we call them gurus. They also came online and sent their messages. So it was, again, as I always do, whole government, whole people, and whole community event which we organized, which involved very good response, actually.
And yoga is important, Mr. Ambassador.
It is exactly. Yoga is very important at this point of time when people face a lot of mental stress.
Yes.
This is a meditation, that gives you a lot of, I practice yoga every day. It gives me a lot of comfort, you would be able to get relaxation, which is
and
very,
do
very
your job
important.
Better and
absolutely. So I would recommend that. We are available, yoga is available, it is free, and if you need guidance, please get in touch with us. We have this Kuwait, now the embassy has been declared as a information cell for Ayush. So Ayurveda and yoga, it is available through our embassy to our friends in Kuwait.
Well, Mr. Ambassador, I have to say you and your staff do amazing events, very well organized and on point with whatever's going on in society and worldwide, and we'd like to thank you once again for being our guest with us right here on Hala Kuwait. Do you have any last words or comments for the audience watching this evening?
Well, thank you very much. I'm very happy that our relationship is going ahead, and we will continue to work towards further strengthening that relationship. This is a very important milestone in our relationship. 60th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic relations. Let us work together. Let us join hands to take this relationship to a new level of vibrant partnership.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Excellency, for your valuable time. We appreciate that with us this evening right here on Hala, Kuwait. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. And we are speaking to His Excellency Mr. C.B. George, the Ambassador of India to the State of Kuwait. We thank him very much for his time with us this evening right here on Hala, Kuwait. We're going to take a short break and then be back with you. Stay tuned.